Are you ready, Sam?
I don't know. All the things he said.
I'm
Oh,
leaving the cat up. Damn, you know what? Let me give myself a pat in the back because this color scheme works really good with this
it's
background.
perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Everyone, we are just as enthralled about Heated Rivalries. I've watched all the episodes at least twice. The fourth episode that just came out, I watched back to back.
Uh,
This is gonna be
my
spoiler
heart.
chat. So just know if you haven't watched it, we're gonna go into it. I'm
We're
gonna start
diving.
rambling. It's gonna be rambled. I don't have anything like set up. I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna jump into episode 4 because I've been seeing some discourse, and it was like an initial reaction I felt, but then because I saw the episode twice, I keep thinking about this moment. So just let me go to range, and then you could rebuttal. Okay. All right. So when Ilya and Shane
Mm-hmm.
are at Ilya's place, and they're
Mm-hmm.
on the couch,
Mm-hmm.
and Ilya is saying to Shane, he's like, "Oh yeah, I've slept with women. I've slept with this person, that person." The discourse around that is like people are getting mad at Ilya, like, "Oh, what did you expect?" But here, hold on tight. Listen to me. Here's the deal. When I heard that, probably because I've grown up reading Anne Rice and so much Gothic literature,
Mm-hmm.
when I keep thinking about it, I'm seeing it differently. I'm thinking that conversation to Ilya in his way is romantic. And he's actually confessing how he feels about Shane because
Mm-hmm.
he's just being honest.
Right.
And he's saying, I've slept with women. Basically, it's going to zero. There's basically like an F buddy of mine, but we rarely see each other. And he says, like he could like he's like find a replacement basically, but he's saying I'm too lazy. But we both know he's not lazy. And then he's looking lovingly at Shane. So I think that whole conversation that people are taking on the surface, like that he's talking about being with other women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It does bother Shane. I get it. But that's him saying, I choose you.
Right. Right.
Okay, I thought you were going to feel different because I've
No.
been seeing messages about people being so upset, like,
No.
with Ilya, and I'm like, that's not what he was saying. He was saying, I've been with these women, and now he doesn't want any of them. He just wants to have his
He
man
wants
home with him,
Shane. He just wants
having
Shane.
and giving him ginger ale because he knows he's a nervous Nelly.
I mean that whole oh god, the tuna melt scene. The whole scene. But him sitting that entire discussion by Ilya of talking about, I've been with women and stuff, that is him in a place where he feels comfortable enough with Shane to somewhat explain his past and who he is. He felt comfortable enough and safe enough to put himself out there by talking about these things. And you can't not be mad at him for that. Like, he's trying to explain, like, why Shane is so special to him. Like, he's trying to be like, you're special to me. Like, this is how I'm explaining. It's the wrong way to go about it. 100%. You can get mad at him for how he tried to explain that. Absolutely. But you can't be mad at him for what he said. Like, it just no.
But when he says that he's boring, yes, they've always had this relationship of like they're like two. They bicker.
Yeah.
That's like their love language.
Yes.
And I feel like when I don't know, I haven't like read the books, but the time that we do see Ilya, whenever it comes to his like home life, it's not happy. Like it's in conflict. Like his brother is. I can't tell if it's just that I can't tell if he's what do you call it? Blackmailing him for money because I think maybe his brother
Oh.
might know because he you know, he calls him like the F word. So I feel like maybe he knows his
Right.
brother.
Maybe he knows about his preferences. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Sasha, like, I'm sure he knows who Sasha is and that whole thing. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell if they're just like kind of embedding the language of like everyday life that people are faced with,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's like an actual blackmail thing. And then his
Yeah.
dad treats him like poop, and like, but he also, his dad has health issues, so he's there for him no matter what.
Yeah.
And then he, like, the only other person he's like slept with, the man, it's also this, it's like they have something over each other in a way. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's not like, as much as he talks about his experience, he doesn't have a lot, at least like when we start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I kind of forgot where I was going with my point, but basically I think Ilya seeing Shane be boring is like,
He loves
oh,
it.
I love
Like,
you for being
secretly.
boring.
Yeah. Yeah. No, which is funny because also in Soul Searching, boring Brady.
Yeah.
The entire time, like when I was re-listening to some of the chapters and stuff, and they said that, I was like, okay, Ilya, once again, okay, Ilya.
Yeah. I felt like
But yeah,
that because his life is in such like chaos,
mm-hmm. He
boring was
craves
so like
it.
peaceful. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah. Uh, uh, and then our hearts just get shattered. I mean, I can't be mad at Shane. I can be. I just want to punch his little face. But also, this is completely new to him. Like, Ilya's the first man he's had any sort of feelings for. I think it's always kind of been in the back of his mind, absolutely. But I mean, he's had nothing but girlfriends up until this point. So I think the idea, because he kind of starts to love him. Like, Shane starts to be that way, and then stupid Ilya shatters his heart, breaks our hearts.
But I think he does that, by the way, I think for the same reason.
Right, that Shane is doing what he's doing, of like, this is too much. Like, we're getting connected way too much. We cannot be in love. We are hockey players. This is not something that is available to us. We can't be out and be professional hockey players. It just doesn't happen. And it freaks them out. And they are reacting very much the same way to freaking out by lashing out at the other one and hurting the other one. And it's just like, now it's Shane's turn to do that to Ilya in episode 4. And it's like, oh.
But you know what? Somehow
And then
this
he takes Ilya's shirt with him.
Somehow I feel like this time around feels worse, because
Yes.
when it was between, was it like episode 2?
Mm-hmm.
It's like intense,
Mm-hmm.
but transactional.
Mm-hmm.
And we know the feelings are there, but they're not saying it. By the
No.
time we get to this episode, I feel like it's worse because Ilya's feelings are out on the table. Like, it's clear.
He calls him Shane instead of Hollander. Oh God, that just I missed that. I didn't miss it. I heard it, but I didn't actually like internalize that until I watched it a second time, and then it gets to that scene, and then he says Shane, and I was like, oh my God, like, it's completely different. Plus, they're looking at each other this time, and it's not as transactional, kind of like how you were saying.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like, Ilya put himself out there, and especially on the couch scene right before our hearts are ripped out, and then Shane rips them out and does a tarantella on top of your heart as he walks away. When they're sitting on the couch and Ilya like pulls him to him, he's like, this is just, he's happy. Like, this is his happy place. This is his home. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like, this is the first time you kind of see Ilya really, really put himself out there in an apparent way.
Yeah.
Because before it's just been kind of words and not like actions. But this, aside from him asking him to stay initially, like that kind of was the very first time Ilya put himself out there to be like, yeah, I want you to stay. Please stay. This was the first time his showing of affection was very much like, this is what I want. And I think that was what made Shane freak out, because he's like, I want this too, but I can't have this. What am I doing? And so that's like when he just was like,
he also doesn't know how. And we kind of see that throughout the episode because of all the different pressures. Like his friend is saying, when are you going to settle down and have kids?
Right.
So with a woman. So there's this kind of like in the culture of what he's expected to do.
Right.
And he doesn't even know what he wants for himself. And then, there's his mom that sees that something's wrong with him and is like,
and he can't
basically
say.
set up with a woman, like, she's trying in her own way because she doesn't really know what's going on with him.
Right.
And so I think his mom says something like, because he's like trying to get around going to an event. And so
right.
He says something like, oh, I'll say I'll go, but then you'll go. And she goes, I can't have you lie. Like, you're not a liar. You're not going to lie like that. And I felt like, well,
right. They're there for you. They're not here for us.
Yeah. But he's been lying for years of his life.
Right.
To everyone and himself about what he wants. Because he doesn't know. He's trying to figure it out,
Right. Well, and I mean, we've discussed this before about episode 3 and Scott and Kip and how, I mean, it very much mirrors the feeling aspect of they can't be out. They can't be free to who they are in that specific sport. And really men in general. I did see a video of someone was talking about how they wanted women's sports to kind of be the highlight. Like, there needs to be a show about women, especially lesbian women. Like, they're not represented at all. But then the person went on to explain, like, wait, then I stopped and started thinking about all of the out male sports athletes. And like, Lou Gaynor was probably one of the most iconic, out athletes, but that's about it. And he was shamed for it. And it turned nasty. And it's like, there really is no representation of out athletes, male athletes, really. I mean, there are quite a few, and there are ones that people are like, yeah, but it's not really discussed. So like, I kind of, because I was kind of on the same boat. I'm like, why can't a huge, this huge wildfire of a show be also inclusive of women's sport, or why isn't a show about women's sport like
well, we can even get that off the ground anyways. Yeah without romance.
Without romance, just in general, just women's sport in general. But I kind of I did stop to think about that, because it did make me like kind of double check myself, because I was like, oh yeah, actually there is no such example for male athletes to be out. And like, that's why Scott was hiding Kip, and he can't bring Kip out with him. And then you just have Scott looking sad outside a window, breaking your heart, and then covering the banana socks. Like,
oh my God.
He's just putting himself back in the closet by putting socks on. I hate this show. I love this show, but I hate this show.
can we talk about like everyone? Okay, I'll just say this. It was like so heartbreaking that Scott gave his boyfriend a gift of a suit, but the suit is in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
And just opening it, it's like, yeah, I have my man, but I'm making you go back in the closet, basically.
Exactly. No, this show does it so well. So freaking well. Because yeah, there are all these little things, just like I said, putting the normal socks over his banana socks is just his way of covering himself and not being who he truly is. And
but
like
also
I
saying
said, the suit
the
in the
love's still
closet.
there. Yeah. But still carrying, he's still wearing the
But
socks
still,
because the
he's
love's
still
still
wearing
there.
it. He's still
Yeah.
him. Yeah. But he just can't be a banana sock wearing hockey player. I just, oh, you want to be mad at Scott. You want to be mad at Scott so much, but you can't fault him. Like, hockey is his family. Hockey is his life. And he needs to preserve that. He cannot have hockey the way that it is if he outed himself.
Yeah.
He can't do it. And very much the same way Shane and Ilya can't do that. And it's just wreaking havoc on all of these relationships. And you just want it to stop so that they can be happy.
But what I like about the Scott Kip relationship, that contrasts like younger Ilya and Shane,
Mm-hmm.
is that he's an older man and he makes it very clear what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And Kip is that same way. These are just two people that know exactly what they want.
Right.
And they really go for it at the beginning. And so there's not really the inner turmoil of figuring themselves out the way that Shane and Ilya are having right now. They might have the same concern about like how it's tied to their livelihood, but like where they're at in their lives, their personalities are very different. I really like that. So it's like,
yes, they were two very different stories.
Yes,
they really are two very different stories. I also, what I appreciated about the Scott Kip episode was just how they portrayed Kip's father.
Yes.
And he is very, very much like a lot of sport loving men out there, very gruff, but and watching the hockey and like, but at the same time, he was okay with his son being who he is. And oh God, that whole scene when he walks in and just starts crying. Oh, that killed me. That killed me because it's like not only is your heart broken because of what's going on with Scott and Kip, but I think what also got me in that whole thing was just how supportive his dad was. And he's like, my son, it doesn't matter if it was a man or a woman that just broke his heart, but he is heartbroken and I'm going to be here for that. And that to me is once again something that's not really represented in film and TV for the most part. Usually it's like the mom who's like, oh, it's okay, kind of, being maternal.
Yeah, but to the point to where it feels like a stereotype now. It doesn't hold the same meaning.
Exactly. But to have it be his dad and the type of man that his dad is, and just to have him show that support to his gay son, I think it destroyed me. It destroyed me. I mean, the whole storyline between Scott and Kip destroyed me. But that scene, I think, wrecked me.
And then
it was so simple, but
we see the example his dad sets for him, like because he's such an open-hearted and affectionate person that even when he's talking about to his son over the phone, he's like, all right, waiting. He's like coaxing him, like, you need to say I love you back.
Yeah.
So he's already had that example that's constantly being nurtured. So by the time we see Scott come back into his apartment and he's upset because he couldn't handle being at the gallery, Kip naturally does what he's already been taught, that we see that his dad does for him later, and that's just embrace Scott while he's crying, and then Kip's dad does that for Kip, and it's like, oh, this is the love that Scott's experiencing, which is just an extension of what he has in his life, his father and his family,
Right.
that Scott doesn't have.
Yeah. I know.
Which is why I think this show's doing so well. I get it. It's racy. Clearly, we're going to be talking about that stuff too. But it's like it's so
Dim bubble butt.
character. Yeah, it's so character driven. Like,
right.
There's so much to talk about the characters, and I'm into, like, I don't really care necessarily for plot in books or shows, as long as a character development, if there's a journey, then I'm locked in, and that's what's really, like, selling me on this show. Which, by the way, of course, I'm here for everything else too. But
really, you can't. I mean, we can't necessarily get away from it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, okay, so now I will also say that since we're going there, in episode 1, I think it was episode 1, like, Shane and Ilya, I think the first time Ilya is at Shane's place for, like, the first time.
Okay.
They're like, there's, like, this friction of always trying to, like, challenge each other, but also they're both running up the stairs because they want to, like, spend time together, right? They're like pushing against each other to get upstairs, because we all know what's going to go down.
Yeah.
And when Shane in episode 4 comes by, it's like they're already taking off their clothes. They're not even upstairs yet. So I find that, like, fascinating in terms of we're going to talk about, like the storytelling aspect of their physical relationship, because then we see Shane with what's her name, Rose, and she's going up the stairs, and he's like, he's not racing to go up those stairs.
No, he's like meandering behind her, like meandering up the stairs behind her.
Yeah, but I also think that's because he's still trying to figure out, does he like girls? Because Ilya's the one that brings it up.
Right.
Ilya's asked, but he's trying to ask because he's trying to figure out. He's genuinely asking Shane.
Yeah.
Because Ilya is so sure in the fact that he likes both gender. He likes men and women.
Right.
He's attracted to men and women, but he's asking Shane, like, do you like both? And I kind of feel like maybe he's confused about what he likes. He answers, but I think it's more of a jerk reaction. And now he's, because he has found a friend to get married and have kids. I think he's just like, he's trying to figure out, he thinks this is what he should like. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I think, but I also feel like a lot of his forced relationship with Rose stems from him freaking out about how much he's in love with Ilya. And I think that whole scene when, Shane, like, freaks out and leaves, I think he's also trying to be like you said, this is what I should be. This is what I should be, dating a woman. I should be marrying a woman. I should be having children with this woman. Like, he is just so terrified of how much he loves Ilya and how much he can see himself in that sort of relationship forever, that he is like, no, I can't do it. It's like every closeted male who never really feels like he can be truly himself. And so, he does what he thinks society believes he should. And that's very much, I think, Shane's like, okay, this is what I should do. Yeah, this works. But he's not happy. He's not happy. Oh, and that club scene. When Ilya realizes Shane is there and he just turns to look, and then it's like all of a sudden he ends up dancing with a woman because that's what Shane is doing. And then when Shane sees it and he's like, I don't like it. Like, oh. They just inflict so much pain on each other.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say about the club scene because it's just, they're so bestie. They're doing everything wrong.
They are. They are. Everything they can do to physically hurt the other person.
Yeah.
Just, they're doing it. They're doing it.
But I do find it interesting because Ilya has had, his F buddies throughout life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's but Shane hasn't necessarily like crashed out over that. But when Shane does, he is like all the way, he gets upset at the gym. He's like screaming and being like, oh, I stubbed my toe. But really, he's just totally crashing out over Shane with a woman. And I'm like, I do find that is kind of part of like where he screwed up, because his conversation with Shane is like, yeah, I was with other women.
He kind of forced him to it.
Yeah, but Shane wasn't I mean, like, he didn't like, it clearly bothered him.
Yeah.
But he didn't like flip out. So I find it interesting that Ilya's the one.
Ilya fell harder. Ilya fell harder, and he got to the point where he could express what he was feeling, albeit incorrectly, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
But yeah, he feels way more than I even think Shane realizes he feels for Ilya.
Yeah.
But why don't we watch a show that's gonna rip your heart out?
I don't know. Why don't I watch on repeat?
It's like, honestly, it was like watching Schitt's Creek, which, by the way, Scott was on Schitt's Creek.
Yes.
Because he was David's boyfriend. And I was like, at first when I saw him, I'm like,
he was so everyone's familiar. Boyfriend,
right?
He was basically everyone's boyfriend on that show.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, why do you look familiar? And then all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, you were on Schitt's Creek. Oh God, I love the show. I tried so hard. I was like, I'm not going to watch the show yet. I was trying to be good. And then my friend Morgan was like, she kept kind of bugging me because we read a lot of like hockey romance genre. And then we started pretty much watching hockey because of it, which a lot of people have from the stuff. And we do like our discussions about the boy aquarium. But she was like, oh my God, you have to watch this. You have to watch this. And then I finally was like, I don't have an HBO login until I'm somewhere. And she was like, we're watching it. And then I ended up watching it, and it was like two and a half days ago. Like 2.5 days ago, I started watching the show, and I've seen it like 3 times.
Well, I just found out that on Crave Original and HBO, it's number one. It's number one on both of them, which is crazy.
Yes, queen.
Because apparently it didn't get a lot of promo. It was just like a very late acquired thing for HBO.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's very cool. That's very cool.
And it's absolutely blown up. I mean, which is why they even announced they're getting a season 2 before the first season is ended. I mean, it sucks we only have 2 more episodes. So it's like, how many times do we want to be masochists and watch, how many episodes of destroying our hearts?
This is okay. So since there's only 2 episodes left, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the next episode, I don't know if I'm right. I wonder if the next episode is going to switch to Kip and Scott again.
Oh.
Because we only have 1 episode with Kip and Scott.
Yeah.
So I just wonder, because we wouldn't necessarily want them to take up the whole finale, right?
No, I love them. I love them dearly, but I need Ilya and I need Shane in the final episode.
So that's why, or
Yeah, maybe next week will be that. I don't know.
and then whatever happens with Shane and Ilya will be like the finale, but I don't know.
Right. And I'm kind of, I want to read the books. I want to read the books, but I don't know if I want to do it yet.
No, I want to wait till whatever the show does,
it's
I
over.
want to be like in it. Yeah, I don't want to know ahead.
Exactly. And I mean, from what I've heard of those who have read the books and are watching the show, I mean, there definitely are differences, definitely are changes. But there are a lot of aspects of the show that are very true to the book. And like, and the fact that I'm hearing those who have read the books and are watching the show love the show just as much as they love the books, that bodes well for me.
Yeah.
You know, because most of the time when you watch a movie or you watch a TV show about books that you've read, they never live up to it. They never live up to the hype or what you loved about the book.
This show is actually giving me hope that like Rebel Blue Ranch could be adapted well.
Oh my God, it would be perfectly adapted.
And there could be perfectly adapted. There could be 4 seasons.
Yep. And then maybe we'd find out who brother is.
Yeah.
Come on, Lila. Top.
Because there are plenty of, I guess you could say, like, you know, I just feel like this show has handled the romance genre so well.
Yes.
And I want more of that.
Yeah.
I just want more of it being done well and taken seriously. Because don't get me wrong, I'm watching all the trash romances, but like they're not done well. I'm enjoying them and there's a comfort in those.
Right.
But I think this is like the first time in a long time, and it's not just a movie. We're seeing a series that is a romance.
Right.
And we're like fully invested. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want for Rebel Blue Ranch. So
yeah. No, absolutely. Maybe just less heartbreak. Constant heartbreak.
A little less emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Oh God. I love them, but I just want to beat some sense into them.
Yeah.
You guys don't need to do this. You don't need to do this to each other. You can be happy. You can be in love.
Hey, I think that's all the thoughts I have. I just wanted to gush over it. I had to place my feelings somewhere.
Yeah. Always appropriate with me.
Is there anything else you wanted to say about the show before we?
No. I think we've pretty much covered the new loves of our lives. Even though we're mad at them, but love them, but are mad, but love.
Yeah. They'll get together, but it better be quick. So
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be quick.
Oh Lord,
this isn't. There's no way this is getting resolved this season.
I definitely not with like their careers and stuff, but I do want them to like at least get to a place where they like acknowledge their feelings for each other.
Yes, that's my hope.
Yes,
by the end of the season that they, like their careers, all that stuff that still needs to be figured out, but I just want them to own up to their own feelings to each other.
Yeah.
And not obliterate each other's hearts constantly. Oh,
all right.
Ilya. Sorry, I'm fine. This is fine.
With that said, everyone, thank you for being here for Rumors Shenanigans. It was lovely. Love you. Life is chaos, so be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and read more books. Bye.